ईश्वरो विक्रमीधन्वी मेधावी विक्रमः क्रमः अनुत्तमो दुराधर्षः कृतज्ञः कृतिरात्मवान्.
So 9th stanza, we'll just do the first one because there is no time. Ishvara, we've already gone through it. Ishanaha, Ishvara. There are so many namas which have already come, which mean the same as Ishvara. He is the Lord of, controller of, boss of, manager of. He is the one who regulates everything. He is the Shakta, potential energy, which itself manifests as kinetic energy when it flows through a particular gadget or an equipment. What is the equipment over there? Prakriti is the equipment over there. So therefore we call her as Shakti over there. So if he is the Shakta, she is the Shakti. He is Ishvara, she is Ishvari. So what types of Shaktis are there? There are 3 types of Shaktis. One is called as Jnana Shakti. Shaktis are powers. Innumerable powers are there, but they've classified it all into 3 categories. 3 groups or 3 slots they have been put into. One is called Jnana Shakti, the power of knowledge. We need it for our transactions, day in and day out, materialistic or spiritual. Jnana Shakti. Ichha Shakti. Ichha means desiring. The power of desiring. So first one is power of knowledge, Jnana Shakti. Ichha Shakti, the power of desiring. It is the desires which turn into thoughts and thoughts turn into actions. Kriya Shakti. 3 of them are. So the Lord's powers, these are all, or his Shaktis. So we can call it as Jnana Shakti, Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti. All of them put together are Ishwari only. And who is the Lord? Ishvara. So if he is Ishvara, she is Ishvari. If he is Shiva, she becomes Shiva over there. Both mean the same over. All these 3 are there in us also. Jnana Shakti is there. Therefore knowledge is possible for all of us. Ichha Shakti is there. Of course we have the power of desiring in all of us. So it's working in all of us in small scale, micro level. And there is a Kriya Shakti also in us. The power of motivation, the power of working at all levels. Physical, mental, intellectual, inside the house, outside the house, Kriya Shakti. All of them are his mighty powers. So all powers are his, and therefore we call him as Ishvara. Earlier we had done Kartum, Akartum, Anyata Kartum Shakya. He can do, he need not do, he can undo, he can otherwise do. Anything is possible for him. Without any support, without any help. Nothing he needs. He just has to will it and it will happen. That's how it is. He is the greatest magician. So therefore he is called as Ishvara. In the Ramayana, Dasharatha had 3 wives. The Atma Ramayana is very beautiful. So Dasharatha, 1, Dasha means 10, Ratha means chariot. So in the body called the chariot are these 10. What are the 10? The 5 organs of sense organs of perception, 5 organs of action. Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas. All the 10 of them properly reigned, controlled in the body complex. The body chariot is Dasharatha. Where is he ruling over? Ayodhya. Yuddha. No conflict domain. No conflict state. The state of Mukti Moksha. That's where he is seated. He has 3 wives. Kausalya, Kaikeyi and Sumitra. They represent the 3 Shaktis over it. The entire Ramayana is nothing but it's an indication of the spiritual journey or the pilgrimage which you all have to take up. Which we can take up. Every little incident over there, every character over there is so important, and it tells us exactly how to move along the spiritual path. It's a story for the children. So Kausalya represents Jnana Shakti. Kaikeyi represents the Ichha Shakti, desiring power we know. Sumitra is a silent, dynamic power behind everything. She represents Sumitra, that's why she is the Mitra, friend of everybody. She allows activity to go on, the dynamism behind, the motivation behind, because of which we are doing whatever we are doing, is represented by Sumitra. She represents Kriya Shakti. If we see in the Ramayana, she doesn't come on stage much, but the support that was given by her to all of them, whether it is to Dasharatha or whether it is to Kausalya, whether it is to Rama, and the way she deals with her own children, Lakshmana especially, Kriya Shakti. We had gone through the first Nama of the Lord, īśvarā, and we had to go through the remaining. Just to point out, īśvarā there is the 74th Nama. So of the 1008 names of the Lord, or 1000 names of the Lord, we have finished up to 74. Next is Vikramī. I am combining it with another two namas because the same meaning flows through or spills over to the other two namas also in this stanza itself. So Vikramī, vikramaḥ and kramaḥ. I am doing them all three together. So first we will take up kramaḥ, because when we add something V to kramaḥ, it becomes vikramaḥ, vikramī. So krama means stages or steps. Krama means step by step, stage by stage. So we put our steps forward, krama. When we put our step forward, we are obviously covering some area. We are covering some space over there. So Bhagavan, when we identify him with this name kramaḥ, he is putting his step forward. When he puts his step forward, how much of space does he cover? He is the infinite. In infiniteness, there is no size at all. So therefore, when he puts his step, the infinite, he covers everything. Which means the meaning of this nama becomes all-pervasive, all-pervading. How much does he pervade? He pervades everything. In the Purusha Sukta it comes, the Lord pervades everything known. What about the unknown? We will always have a doubt. He pervades even the unknown, and therefore it is said in the Purusha Sukta that him to the cosmic person, he extends or he pervades all that which is known, and he extends a little further beyond that. He extends beyond that by 10 digits is what is indicated over there. Now we won't go into the details of that because that is Purusha Sukta. So all that the teacher is trying to tell us over here is he is all pervading. He covers everything, known, unknown. There may be some areas which are not available for our comprehension and apprehension. Even that is pervaded and permeated by the Lord. That is the meaning of the word kramaḥ. Then vikramaḥ we will go to. So vikrama is V plus kramaḥ. So krama again we know is to put a step forward, which means to proceed, to move forward. V means over there, flying. Bird it represents over there. The king of birds. Vainateya, Garuda it represents over there. So Vikrama therefore means one who rides on Garuda Bhagavan. Lord Vishnu, who has got Garuda as his Vahana. That is one meaning. If we go back again to our Krama and we add it to it, V also means special. V also means extraordinary. V also means unique. Something special, out of the box. Visheshena is represented by V over there. So Vikramaḥ therefore also means one who has put forth steps which are unique, extraordinary. Never ever have we seen this before or earlier. That way he has put his steps forward. Therefore he is called as Vikrama. Who is he? Vamana Avatar. We know the story, therefore we won't go into the story part of it. So when Bali Chakravarti was performing his yajna over there, we see the Lord coming down. Avatara, this is one of the 10 avatars of Vishnu, Dasha one amongst the Dashavataras. So he comes as a small little dwarf, a brahmachari he comes, like Vamana. Vamana means the dwarf, small one. Vamana also means many things. We'll go into the meaning when Vamana comes. So he comes as Vamana, and we know what he asks for. Bali says, what do you want? I'm prepared to give you anything. He says, nothing I want from you. I'm a brahmachari. All that I want is some space. You've got a very big kingdom. So somewhere in some corner, I want some space. How much of space? I don't want too much. So these are all indications and lessons for us. How much to ask? Somebody says you can take everything. But then how much should we take? Just because they said you can take everything, should we take? So therefore, by being contented and being limited over there and being within our limits and asking for just what we need over there, will give to us everything else which is required in our lives. That's the implication behind the illustration of Vamana Avatar. So he says 3 steps I want, as measured by my small foot. Bali looks at the dwarf, small in size, 3 feet only he is. Looks at that tiny little Vamana's feet also, small their size. With that feet, he wants to measure 3 steps. How much of area will he get? He smiles, he laughs. He says, you don't even know what to ask. I'll give you anything. He says, no, just give me these 3. And we know what happened. He grew and grew and grew and grew. 3 Vikrama is the name of Vamana also. So where is Vamana's size? Where is 3 Vikrama's size? They're all again so beautiful for us to sit down and reflect on. And then we know he measures. First step, the entire terrestrial plane. Second step, the entire celestial spheres. So everything has been already measured over. Terrestrial means terrestrial and down below that. One step. First step. Second step, everything above the earth. So all of that also has been measured. Taken away. Where shall I put my 3rd step? But he says on my head. So we know the story, and we are told he is pushed down to the lower worlds, and then he is ruling over there. That's the story. So over here, Vikrama means one who puts forth unique steps. This is not ordinary at all. This is something beyond the extraordinary. Suddenly he grew. Therefore the size of its foot also grew, we are told. So, and it's beyond our comprehension how with 1 foot, the first step, he measured everything. How can anybody do it? Only the Lord can do it. Second step, he measured everything in the celestial spheres. And then he said, where will I keep the 3rd step? You promised 3 to me. And he says, my head is like a big world. Inside, ideals, values, ideologies. There's a big whole world in our intellect, in our brain. So the equivalent to one world over there. You can place your 3rd step on my head is what Bali says over there. So therefore, 3 Vikramaha. One who puts forth those unique steps which we have never ever heard of before. And therefore he is known as Vikrama. One who puts forward unique steps or special steps. Those steps which became so big that we can't even measure the length of his foot. Earlier it was so small. Now there's a very beautiful significance behind this entire illustration. Normally Vamana is associated with Onam festival, which is celebrated in Kerala. So once during Onam, on Onam day, Gurudev very beautifully explained to us the significance of Vamana avatar. We know the story part, but what does it mean to us? How can we relate it to ourselves? So very beautifully he gave a suggestive meaning to the whole thing. Bali Chakravarti represents any one of us, an individual. Of course, noble, virtuous, on the path of Dharma, on the path of spirituality there. He had done so many yajnas, and he was performing the 100th yajna. Now the 100th yajna promises to a person Indra Padavi. Who is Indra? Indra is the king of the gods. That's one meaning. Also, Indriyanam Raja Indra. One who is the king or the controller or the ruler of all our organs, sense organs, is called as Indra. Who rules over our sense organs? Our mind. Without a mind, we won't even be able to register what the eyes are seeing, ears are hearing, what the tongue is tasting. Mind is somewhere else. We won't even know whether the salt is enough in the sambar or not. So the mind is the lord of our sense organs. So the presiding deity of our mind is Indra Bhagavan. So 100 yajnas performed, somebody will get Indra Padavi, means we become masters of our own mind. Mind under our control, that's what it means. And what does yajna mean? Every activity in our life, physically, mentally and intellectually, we have taken it up as a worship. All work has become worship. All karma has become a yajna. That's what it means. 100 is not 99 plus 1. All activities it means over there. So therefore he is now going to become a master of his own mind. Mind means mind, intellect put together. Where our mind is under our control, everything is under our control. We, of course, our inner equipment is under our control, and even external situations also very beautifully align in ourselves, align with us. So we become a master of inside and outside, internal and external. That is what our masters represent for us. So he was about to achieve that. If we reach up to that stage or that stage of evolution in our lives, the Guru will come into our lives. Not that the Guru has already not come into our life. It's just a very beautiful symbolism of this incident. So the Guru comes into our life. How will he come? Vamana there. So looking at Vamana, nobody knew that it is Narayana. Looking at Vamana, nobody knew what he is able to achieve. What will he be able to accomplish? He accomplished the impossible. Nobody knew looking at his size. So when the Guru comes into our life, Guru Paurnami is just around the corner. When the Guru enters into our life, who comes, how he or she comes, what will be their influence on our lives, how we will be able to, it's all, we can't comprehend it and apprehend, it just happens. So they say the meeting of a Guru and a Shishya is a miracle beyond explanation. It just happens. So when we are ready and we are right, the Guru enters into our life. There is no question of searching for your Guru, is what Gurudev used to say. You can't search for your Guru. How do you know, first of all, who is a Guru or not a Guru? There are no parameters, set parameters which we can use to measure and say this is a Guru and this is not a Guru. Not possible for us. So we have to just stay where we are and then progress on our path, like Bali Chakravarti did. And then the Guru will come into our lives. Will he come? Law of nature. The Guru has to come into our lives. And if he comes, that's the greatest blessing for all of us. So therefore, as Vamana, so Vamana represents the Guru over there. Who comes? Nobody knows over there. Who is he? What is he? What is he going to do? Nothing. So he comes up to Bali Chakravarti and he says, and first of all, for the Lord to come as Vamana to Bali Chakravarti itself is a great blessing for Bali Chakravarti. So if the Guru has to come into our lives, some little bit of prerequisites we should have had in our lives. Honesty, integrity, loyalty, commitment, walking the path of Dharma, etc. Noble people. Sattvic we should be first of all. And how we are performing in our lives, our daily activities, materialistic or spiritual, all those things will be taken into consideration before the Guru enters into our life. So therefore the Guru has come. And therefore he says, now the Guru has come to bestow on him everything that the Guru wants to give to him. That's why Vamana has come. So he says, what do you want? I don't want anything else. I want only 3 steps. 3 things I want. Only 3? Yes, I don't want the 4th one. Bali unconditionally says yes, which means implicit obedience in our life with respect to the Lord and with respect to the Guru. Whatever the teacher says, it should be yes, sir. There is no why, sir, if, sir, but, sir, okay, what, sir, nothing asked. So the first thing that the teacher tries to put into the system of the disciple or the student is implicit obedience. That is a training that is given in a Gurukula. So that when the teacher says you are not the mortal, you are the immortal, the student must be able to say yes, sir, at that point of time. He will not reply back to the teacher saying, how, sir, why, sir, but, sir, can I be the immortal, sir? Then we are still at that level, lower level. So the training is like that, so much so that when the teacher says you are that, he becomes that. That much of a level of integration should have happened. And the training is for that, when we are with the teacher. So implicit obedience should be there, which Bali says, yes, he says. His own teacher says, don't do it. The materialistic aspect represented by Shukracharya, his guru, says, don't do it. You will lose out everything. At what level? At the materialistic level. But he has already reached that level, Bali, saying, never mind. Even if I lose out on the materialistic side, there is a gain, I am sure, on the positive side, on the spiritual side. We have to leave something here to gain something higher. At the lower level, we have to leave something. If we want to gain something higher in life, he knows. Therefore, he says, no. I have given my word, word given, is what he says over there. So the word is given, and then Vamana grows up and then measures. So when we say, when the teacher comes into our life, all that he wants is unconditional surrender from our side. Nothing beyond that. Implicit obedience from our side at the highest level. Not that the teacher said, bring water, yes, sir, that all. From there onwards, we are trained to say, yes, sir, okay, sir, okay, sir. Even if it looks, complicated or complex, or why did the teacher ask me this, or to do this, or to say this? Implicit obedience. Because the teacher knows where we are and how to bring us up. Spiritual growth. He knows how to handle us. That much of a faith and devotion we should have in our Guru. So therefore he says yes. And then when Vamana grows over there, growing there represents the stature of our Guru. Guru Tattva over there. We can't measure our Guru. We can't understand our Guru. We can't understand everything about him at all. Why? He is of infinite dimensions. How can the infiniteness be known by the finite? Not possible for us at all. That is the meaning of growing and growing and growing and growing. Teacher doesn't grow that way, vertically and horizontally. But he is one in whom all the 14 worlds are there. Why? He is none other than Parabrahma himself. So therefore he grows, we are told, and the first step over there covers everything earthly. Because he is putting the first step on Mother Earth and everything down that gross. What represents gross? Our physical body represents the gross. Not only our physical body, all that belongs to the realm of gross world is being covered over there. Second step, he places it in the sky, in space. Subtle it is. Space is subtle. Earth is gross. So by placing the second step over there, he has covered all that which represents the realm of subtle matter. In us, it represents mind. So mind extended to everything that belongs to the subtle world, outside of us also. So that also covered. Covered means transcended, beyond. So the entire physical plane has been transcended by a student in his seat of meditation. All these things are happening within us. The whole Vamana Avatara episode is happening within us, not outside of us. But we will not understand, therefore it has been dramatized over there. So all that which represents the gross has been transcended in the seat of meditation by the spiritual seeker. Next step, all that which belongs to the realm of subtle matter. So the subtle realm has been transcended where in the seat of meditation. Then the third step, where does he put? He puts it on Bali's head. In the head is our intellect. We all have three equipment: the body, the mind and the intellect. So by placing the third step or third step on Bali's head represents the transcendence of the intellect. Both at micro level and macro level, we have to understand this. At individual level and universal. Because realization, self-realization amounts to universal realization. We can't say I am divine, I am realized, I have entered into the state of immortality, but the whole world is undivine. Not possible. That is not realization at all. It happens simultaneously. Together it happens. So three steps put over there. The entire realm of the equipment at our level, body, mind, intellect, transcended. Outside of us, all the 14 world, whatever belongs to the gross and the subtle, everything has been transcended. When everything has been transcended, what remains over there? Nothing remains over there. Therefore he goes in. We can't see Bali Chakravarti after that at all. Goes in doesn't mean Patala over there. This up and down, north, south, all directions and all. It's again for our easy understanding, that's all. So going down means going within ourselves, into ourselves. So the intellect, everything is being pushed inside, means the teacher is telling us to go deeper and deeper and deeper inside. When we go deeper and deeper and deeper inside, our body, our mind, our intellect, all transcended, completely detached from that, asangoham, 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 punah, punah. Then what remains over there? The state of immortality alone remains over there. Bali Chakravarti has become one with Trivikrama over there. That is what the story represents. So this is the symbolic meaning of Vamana Avatara there. So Vikramaḥ, that Lord who put forth these unique three steps, and through the three everything has been transcended. Now it need not mean only body, mind, intellect. It can mean all the three gunas that we have: Tamas, Rajas and Sattva. It can also all that which we can group into three. The three worlds, upper worlds, the middle, our Martya Loka, Swarga, Martya and Patala Loka. All three worlds transcended. All three periods of time, past, present and future, transcended, gone beyond that. Our three states that we go through every day: waking state, dream state and deep sleep state. Mandukya Upanishad talks about that. Transcending these three and going to the fourth state, which means realization. But from there, when we look back, neither there will be three nor there will be a fourth. They all become one. So the three steps over there indicates transcendence of all that which we can group into three. Once they have been transcended, the seeker in his seat of meditation realizes his oneness with Trivikrama. Who is Trivikrama? None other than Vamana. Who is he? Smaller than the smallest. So small he was, but larger than the largest. One with him. That is what Vikramaḥ means over here. Earlier there is one more word, Vikrami over there. Same meaning over here also. One who puts for Vikrami again means valour, Vikramat. We always use this word in association with Hanumanji. Mighty, lot of valor, lot of strength, lot of power. Again, it doesn't mean only physical strength over there. Physical strength, mental strength, intellectual strength. Vikramaḥ. In Hanuman Chalis also it comes. So who is Vikrama? Hanumanji is Vikrama. So that is also one of the meanings. And it's very interesting. I just wanted to share over here. Vi means, like we already said, Visheshena, special. So when the Lord puts forth special steps or unique steps, it has to be His best step forward. It has to be the right step or right foot forward. They always say, put in your best, right foot forward. We use this in English also. Right foot doesn't only mean putting our right foot forward. That also is there. Wherever we go, whether we are leaving our house or we are entering our house, whether we are going into somebody else's house or coming out of somebody else's house, market, anywhere, right foot forward. Never we put our left foot forward. That is a training earlier given. So, and we in English we use it, put your right foot forward. Literally also right foot forward, it should be. Why? Whatever work we are going for should be all right for us. And when we come back home also, everything at home also should be all right for us. Therefore, the right foot forward or the best foot forward. The best foot is the right foot, not the wrong foot. So therefore, always, that is what it also means. So we are trained to do that. Imagine Bhagavan putting his foot forward. It has to be the best, it has to be unique, it has to be special. For all our kalyan only, for our progress only he is doing, our masters also. Therefore, we also for our little progress in life, fulfillment, success, victory, gain, whatever it is, we have to learn to put our best foot forward, right foot forward. Not only physically, the mind also should put its right foot forward. So whatever we want in our lives, we should do it properly, aligned with Dharma. That's what it means. So there is an instance in the Ramayana which is very beautiful, Valmiki Ramayana, where Hanumanji doesn't do anything which has been asked for us to do, in the sense of what we should do. When we are entering anybody's house, I'm just giving an example, house or anywhere, normally we do it during daytime. We never go anywhere night time. Why? Night time is supposed to be for us all to sleep. We are told Rakshasas are awake at night. And then they sleep in the morning. Ulta it is. We are all supposed to be decent human beings, are supposed to be awake in the morning and do whatever we are supposed to do and sleep at night. Tamas, night represents for us. Therefore, we don't want to do anything when entirely in nature tamas is more overpowering us. So therefore, at night we don't do anything, especially we don't go to somebody's house. Who comes to somebody's house at midnight? Robbers, thieves, who don't want to be recognized, on the sly coming. Such people only enter into the house during darkness. So we are not supposed to do it. So we should always enter any area, any place only during daytime and not during night time. And also, second, we should always enter through the main door. Never through back door, side door, window. Again the thief does it. He comes in through the back side. He comes in through the window, never through the main door. No robber will ring the doorbell and come in when we open. So main door, Mukhya Dwara it is called. That is why all our homes, when we do Grah Pravesha, the main door puja is done, even when it is fixed also. And when we are entering also. So everything should be through the main door. Sometimes we go to temple, a lot of crowd is there, back door entrance. We should enter through the Mahadwara only. So main end, second point. Third point, whenever we are entering, right foot forward. Three things we should always practice, keep it in mind and practice it. Hanumanji, when he is entering Lanka, he doesn't follow any of them. After he has come up to Lanka, he wants to enter Lanka city. The Dwara is there, Mukhya Dwara is there. When he wants to enter, Lankini is there, protecting, security guard. And they have a fight with each other and then he gives her a knock and then she is down over there. Now he wants to enter. When is he entering Lanka? Night time. Not during daytime. So first rule not followed. Second one, How does he enter? He doesn't, the main door is there for him. He jumps over the, the fort, we are told, or the wall, we are told. Different versions are also there. He jumps over, not through that main door, doesn't go. And also, what does he do when he is entering? Which foot did he put forward? Valmiki Ramayana, it is told, he put his left foot forward and entered Lanka. So all of them he has not followed, but still he is Vikrama. Why? He has gone as a Duta. That is why Dharma changes for each one of us. In what context? In what time? In what place? In what situation? Occasion? Where we are doing what we are doing. Our Dharma will keep changing. Any other place it would have been wrong of Hanumanji. But Hanumanji is going to enemy side. Whose enemy side? Rama's enemy side. He has come as Rama's Duta. He is not Ravana's side party, Ravana's Duta. So when a person goes as a messenger or a Duta into enemy territory, these rules need not be followed. That's why we can't point out even a single mistake and point it out to Hanumanji and say, you should not have done this. He enters at night. Because if he enters during daytime, he will be caught. So these are, exceptions to the rules. So we should know all these things. There are general rules, there are special rules, there are exceptions also. It all depends. So what was dharma for us in one situation can become adharma for us in another situation for the same person we. So we should know. That is why they say dharma is very difficult for us to understand. Yesterday it was dharma for me, today the same thing is adharma for me. So he enters Lanka at night. Then how does he enter? He jumps over and goes. He doesn't enter through the Mukhya Dwar. And he puts his left foot forward. Imagine if Hanumanji had walked through the main door. Main door always we receive. The main door, the Mahadwara of a temple or of earlier kingdoms used to have a Mukhya Dwara gate. Main gate, the main door of our house, they all have, they all have lot of significance entering through them. And there is always be a receiving. If the person is a senior person, reverential person, elderly person, guru, lord entering. So there is always a receiving over there which happens at a Mukhya Dwara. Hanumanji is not going to be received. He doesn't want to be received. Because he doesn't belong to Ravana's clan. He belongs to Rama's side. So therefore that should not happen to me. It automatically gets avoided. And he puts his left foot forward. If Hanumanji had put his right foot forward and entered into Lanka, placed his foot on the ground of Lanka, into the city over there, the kingdom would always have ever, completely, totally, ever would have been saved. Because Hanumanji's grace is there. When Hanumanji's grace is there, what can happen to Ravana and his clan? What can happen to his kingdom? Nothing can happen to his kingdom. Therefore, Hanumanji places his left foot forward and enters. So he has actually come into Lanka as Mrityu, as Kala. It is there in Valmiki Ramayana. See, though he is, not following the rules strictly, these three, but still to him, in the context, in that situation, it aligns itself so beautifully. Therefore, we call him as Vikrami also. One who puts these steps, which for us would be wrong. Entering in at night into some area, entering through the back door and not through the main door, and putting our left foot forward. Left foot forward means we don't wish well. Not that we have to say it. Hanumanji did not curse anybody. Neither Ravana did he curse. These all happen in nature. So therefore everything very beautifully got aligned when Hanumanji did not follow these three steps. So by not following these three steps, which are normal to a person, Hanumanji has done the right thing only. He has indeed put his right foot forward. He has indeed put his best foot forward. Why? Dharma had to be protected. Adharma had to be vanquished and defeated and destroyed, annihilated. Therefore, this happened. So it was all for progress only. Sometimes for progress, destruction has to happen. Sometimes for construction, destruction has to happen. So that also meaning we can read into the word vikramīdhanvī, the one who carries the bow. Dhanush means bow. The one who carries the bow in his hand. Vishnu has got a dhanush in his hand. What is the name of Vishnu's dhanush or bow? It's called Sharanga. Vaishnavites keep the name Sharanga Pani. Pani means in the hand. Sharanga Pani means one who has got in his hand the bow called Sharanga. Therefore, the person is called Sharanga Pani. So, therefore, his bow's name is Sharanga. Rama has got a bow in his hand. It is called Kodanda. It's a weapon which is used for destruction. So, constantly the Lord has got this dhanush in his hand, and therefore he is called as Dhanvī, one who always sports the bow in his hand. Bow means ready to fight. Otherwise, he will put it down there. So, bow in hand means I am ready to fight. Ready to fight what? Not that he's always he's a warmonger, he wants to fight. It doesn't mean that at all. Every instant in our life, every incident in our life is a battle. We are all living in Kurukshetra only. Every moment outside of us, there is a battle between right or wrong, good and bad. Within us also, in our own mind, good thoughts are there, bad thoughts are there. Therefore, constantly war is going on over there. So, we have to be prepared to hold on to the good and then not just push the negative and the bad away. It will come back. Constantly, we have to be in destructive mode to annihilate and kill the bad, the negative qualities in us, represented by the Asuras and the Rakshasas. That's why Rama is always depicted as bow in his hand, ready to fight. In the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the last Sloka, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha comes. Where there is Krishna, which Krishna? Not Rukmini Vallabha Krishna. Yogeshwara Krishna is there. Krishna represents intellect there. Arjuna represents mind there. So, where there is an intellect which is always at a higher level, giving out the best or advising the best to the mind. That is what Yogeshwara means over there. So, where there is a Yogeshwara Krishna, and where there is a Arjuna not sitting down, lying down, sleeping over there, Dhanurdharaha means ready to fight, having listened to Krishna. So, a mind ready to tackle problems, situations, challenges as advised by the higher intellect in us. Where there is this sort of a pair outside of us and inside of us. Outside means there will be always somebody to help us, to guide us, higher level. And we are ready to listen to them and do as they tell us to do, is the meaning of Dhanurdharaha. Ready to listen to them, ready to act as they have told us to. Not that we are going to be slaves to them. It's the higher advising the lower. There only everything can happen, good can happen. Plenty, fullness will be there, prosperity will be there, good sound policies will be there, fame will be there, glory will be there. That is what is called as Ramarajya. It's an idiom there. Ramarajya never meant only those days, Treta Yuga. It's an idiom. Ramarajya means the golden period of a state or a country or a society. So, Dhanvī over here, therefore the Lord carries the bow in his hand. So, Kodanda Rama we call him, Dhanishpani we call him, or we call him as Sharangapani also. Now, the meaning of that word Sharanga is very interesting. We can split it up into Sara plus Anga. Anga means parts. Whose parts? Parts of our own body, which all make us up into one whole. What is the Sara of these parts? The Lord who is there in us. Without him, everything collapses. Without him, everything breaks. And that essence in all of us. We can call it Atman, we can call it consciousness, we can call it the vital factor, we can name it any way we want. Paramatma, we can call it God, we can call it anything. Brahman, we can call the ultimate reality, which is always represented by Om. Om is not God. Om is not Brahman. Om represents Brahman for us, that Parabrahma, the nameless, the formless, which is being indicated by the Advaita philosophy, one without a second state, which is there in each one of us, because of which all our angas, limbs and organs inside are all held together. That essence, Sara means essence. What is the essence in each one of us? Because of which we are what we are physically, mentally, intellectually. That is Lord, that is Brahman. That Brahman is being represented by Om there. So Sharanga means of the essence of the nature of Om. And what is Om? Om is nothing but Brahman, and Brahman is nothing but Om. So Brahman, which is being described as, not described, it's indicating, Om is indicating to us that Brahman, the state of Brahman, the state of realization, it represents for us. And if that is there in his hand, means he is that. So when we see Rama, when we see Krishna, when we see Shiva, Vishnu Sahasranama doesn't mean only Vishnu we must talk about. Ganapati, Hanumanji, Devi, all of them, what are they? They are nothing but Brahman. The essence, the ultimate highest reality, the essence of that, to which we have given a form, is whom we are worshipping in the temple or in the puja room. That Sara, that essence. Om itself we are worshipping as Vishnu, Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Ganapati, Hanumanji. Om also is a word, symbol only which we are using. Om is not Brahman. Om represents Brahman for us. So Sharanga therefore is also the name of the bow that the Lord carries in his hand, but it also represents that Vishnu is Om and Om is Vishnu. And who is Vishnu? Vishnu represents for us the state of infinitudeness for us. It goes beyond the one whom we see in Vaikuntha, sleeping over there on Adishesha, lying down with Lakshmi at his feet, milk ocean. We have to go beyond that also. From Vishnu to Vishnu Tattva. Similarly, from Vishnu's bow to the Tattva, which it is suggesting to us and signifying for us. Sharanga, that means. Mundaka Upanishad talks about it very beautifully. There is a verse over there. It says Pranava is Dhanus. So for all of us, Om is the bow, is what Mundaka Upanishad says over there. Om is the bow. What is the arrow over there? The arrow is our own Jivatma, Atman in us, the individuality in us. So bow is Om. The arrow is the individuality, the limited, the finite, the conditioned. Where do we want to go? Our goal. What is our goal? Spiritual goal. What is that goal over there? Brahman is the goal. So Brahman is the goal. We want to hit the target. We want to go over there. Once we go over there, we become the target. We become the goal. The target and the goal merge together. So Jivatma is the arrow. Paramatma, Brahman is the goal. But for this arrow to fly, it needs momentum. How will it get its momentum? It has to be fixed to the bow and then left over there. What is the bow? Om over there. Om chanting. So either we can say Om chanting or the mantra that has been given to us by our teacher. It can be one of the mantras which denote our gods, or it can be just Om, Om, Om. Any mantra which our teacher has given to us is the bow over there. And the flight over there is the spiritual sadhana that we are doing in our seat of meditation. Very beautifully all these things align themselves. There's a very nice song also that Tyagaraja Swami has written over there. In Telugu he has written, Koti Nadulu Danish Kotil Undaga. He says over there the tip of Rama's bow, he is Rama Bhakta. Hey, individual, hey, he is talking to all of us. Why do you want to go here and there, pilgrimage? Not that we should not go. But he is indicating so beautifully to us. Every pilgrimage center will have a tirtha over there. Either it will be a pond over there, a lake over there, or it will be a river over there, or it can be an ocean also there. They are all called as tirthas. Every pilgrim center will have its own tirtha over there. Sringeri, pilgrim center, tirtha is Tunga there. So every place, our pilgrim centers are built like that. If there is no river, no ocean, there will be a tank there. Inside the temple complex or outside of it, where we have to go and dip ourselves and then only go inside. So he says over there, why are you running around everywhere to all pilgrim centers, taking a dip here, taking a dip there, taking dip there? No need. He says, Rama's bow is there, no Kodanda. The tip of the bow has got Koti Nadi. Koti Nadi, Koti means crore. Nadi means river. All rivers, sacred rivers. It's again an idiom over there. All our sacred tanks that are there in our temples, name it. Kund over there, the water kunds over there, the rivers, the ocean, all of them, they are there where? At the tip of Rama's Dhanus, he says. Hey mind, why do you want to go here, there? Just sit down over there and pray to God. Why? He has got the bow in his hand. The tip of the bow has got all of them. So praying to the Lord is already having immersed ourselves in all the tirthas. Very nice song in Telugu. The teacher has written over. Even Narayana Tirtha has written very beautifully. Why do you want to go to Prayagraj? Of all the Rudra Prayag, Vishnu Prayag, all those Prayagraj is there. The king of Prayag. Why? All the other places, it is different tributaries of Ganga which are joining together. But when it comes to Prayagraj, Allahabad, we have 3 different rivers coming together. One is Yamuna, one is Ganga, and where they meet, Saraswati is there. Ganga is always identified with Rama. It's very beautiful. In our tradition, so beautiful. So Ganga represents Rama. Ganga represents Ayodhya. Ganga represents knowledge, jnana for us. Ganga white. The Ganga waters over there are whitish in color. And we will find crocodiles in Ganga. Crocodile represents ignorance. It is Harvahana. So where knowledge is, ignorance destroyed. Yamuna there is blue, bluish in color. She represents what? She represents Krishna Tattva. If Ganga represents Rama Tattva. Bluish. Buoyancy there is very much. Here it is more of speed. Vega is there in Ganga. In Yamuna there is more of buoyancy there. Why? Depth is there. And in Yamuna we find tortoises. Tortoise represents faith. Yamuna represents bhakti. Krishna, Prema Swarupa. Where they both meet is Saraswati. Saraswati represents moksha, mukti, realization, wisdom over there. Can we describe her? No. Can we see her? No. Why? It happens inside of us. So beautiful. Knowledge, yes, we know. Even spiritual knowledge, we read, we reflect, we hear from the teacher. Bhakti we practice, Shraddha we practice. All of that needs intellection. But intuition is something which has happened inside us. So where jnana meets bhakti, Shraddha, and ignorance has gone away, intuition happens in us, and the eye of knowledge opens up. Intuition takes over intellection, and a person realizes. Saraswati, Saraswa, one who has realized within themselves their own true nature, is the meaning of Saraswati there. Very beautiful. Govinda represents that. Some other time when a nama comes which is aligned to that, we will take it up. Govardhana Uddhara. At that time, Krishna was given the name Govinda there. So Narayana Tirtha writes over there, why should you go to Prayagraj and take a dip in Ganga, take a dip in Yamuna, and take a dip in Saraswati? Say Rama, Krishna, Govinda. Why these 3 names come together? So meaning over there. Ramakrishna Govinda, Ramakrishna. Bhajans are there. Why not any other name? No, there are many names like this. 2 or 3 added. But this Ramakrishna Govinda means this. Take a dip in Ganga, Rama. So take the name of Rama, finished dipping ourselves in Ganga. Take on the name of Krishna, dip in Yamuna over. Say Govinda. Govinda represents realization, the state of mukti or moksha. So say Ramakrishna Govinda, yatra to Prayagraj, accomplished sitting at home. Like this, there are so many. Achyutaya Namaha, Anantaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha. Namatraya Astra Mantra it is. Like that, there are so many like that. So very beautiful. Dhanvi. We can go, every name we can go on and on and on. And in the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, amongst those who wield weapons, I am Rama himself. Rama Shastra Vritam. He said, I am the, when it comes to be a person wielding weapons, I am Rama himself. Why? When Rama puts the arrow, fixes up the arrow into the bow and releases it, it doesn't return back at all. It accomplishes whatever it has to accomplish. There is a song, even Tyagaraja Swami is written on Rama's, the arrow that has left Rama's bow. Rama Bana Trana Shaurya, he says so. Glorifying the arrow, Rama Bana, the arrow that has left the bow which Rama is wielding. Dhanvi. Mēdhāvī. Mēdhāvī actually means intelligent, supremely intelligent. All our intelligences put together, I mean, each one of us has got so much of intelligence with which we are seeking and searching known areas. Then we extend it beyond the frontiers of the known and reach out to unknown areas. We are doing it. Mēdhāvī, we had just taken up the next nama, Mēdhāvī, supremely intelligent. So we are with our little finite intelligence which is sitting in our intellect, each one of us, trying to search, trying to seek, inquire into all possible avenues, known, and then beyond the known also we go into unknown areas. The scientist goes into unknown areas. If our intelligence itself, with our intelligence we are able to achieve so much, all our intelligences put together is the cosmic intelligence. So all our little intelligence, if we can accumulate it all together, it becomes infinite. And that is what is called as cosmic intelligence. So we are all drawing for our intelligence from whom? From the cosmic intelligence. We can't draw from anywhere else. So everything is already there. So when we say she is intelligent, he is intelligent, whatever be the level, all of us are drawing from the same source. And what is that source? That source is the cosmic intelligence. We all draw from there. It all depends on how much we are drawing. So therefore Bhagavan is called as Mēdhāvī. Therefore masters say, don't ever question the cosmic intelligence, because cosmic intelligence can never be wrong. But we at our level, when our intelligence is functioning through our own finite equipment, the mind and the body, especially when it is going through the mind, it gets diluted, it gets diverted, it gets distracted, deviated. So therefore, he can never ever go wrong. Never ever should we mistrust the cosmic intelligence. It is with respect to, therefore all of us are drawing from the same cosmic intelligence. That's why in the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Buddhir buddhimatam asmi. I am the intelligence in the intellect. So all of us have an intellect. Brain is there, grey matter, white matter. That can be handled by a person, by a surgeon. But what about the intelligence? Nobody has access to our intelligence. Why? It comes straight from the cosmic intelligence. So therefore Bhagavan over there in the 7th chapter says, Buddhir buddhimatam asmi. I am the intelligence in the intellect. So all intelligences put together of all, inert, insentient, sentient, dynamic, because even plants have their own intelligence, animals have their own intelligence. We of course have a different type of intelligence. All of that put together is the cosmic intelligence. That's what is meant by supremely intelligent, mēdhāvī. Or that is why when the Vishwarupa of the Lord is indicated or described, we say Lord's tongue is Saraswati herself. It is not Saraswati sitting on his tongue. That's one. That is also there a description. But what is his tongue? His tongue is Saraswati herself. Medha Sukta is there on Saraswati. So mēdhāvī. So Dhanvi, mēdhāvī, vikrama and krama we have already gone through it. Anuttamō. This again we have already gone through. Uttama means the best. Anu means consistently, constantly, always, ever the best. There is nobody superior to him. Like him, there is nobody else. Anuttamō. Durādharṣaḥ. Very difficult for anybody to stand against him and win over him or fight against him. It's not just physical. Bhagavan will have the last word. That's what it means over there. His is the final word. So that is the meaning of durādharṣaḥ. Literally also means all Rakshasas, Asuras could not stand in front of him, no matter what boon they had. We read in our Puranas all the different stories. Asuras and Rakshasas went and did tapas and they asked for all sorts of boons, unique ones. And then they thought they are invincible, they thought they were all immortal, and then they played havoc everywhere. But in their very boon is hidden the path to their own death. That is the meaning of durādharṣaḥ. Whatever they ask, but still when it comes to facing the Lord, they cannot face him and win over him. He will vanquish them. So that is the meaning of durādharṣaḥ. He can never be from this side attacked. We can't contain him. We can't rule over him. We can't master over him. Rather, it is the other way around. Never ever he is in vain. For him, there is nothing called vyartha. I undertook this program, but I failed. Not possible in the Lord's case at all. So anything or it can be anything, an incident, when it faces him, he overpowers it. So his way alone, our way is no way at all. Hari chitta satya, nara chitta lavalesha nadayadu. Dasaru says, his way only is the highway, which all of us have to walk, whether we like it or not. If we don't like, we will be in trouble. Our way is no way. That's what Dasaru means when he says Hari Chitta. So durādharṣaḥ, kṛtajñaḥ, kritihi, we can put them both together over there. Kritihi, kritam means to do. To do anything, we need dynamism. Lord not only is the one who has given to us rules, formulated rules, but then he makes sure that they are all implemented also. So here, not only the static case, but even the dynamics is included and incorporated in it. So he is the very dynamism, he is there in all of us. The actionless center, the one who is not performing any actions, means static for us. But because of him, we are able to be dynamic. That is the meaning of kriti. Kriti means dynamism over there. So for the dynamism to be seen by ourselves and for the entire world around us and about us, both the static aspect should be there, the dynamic aspect also should be there. Who is it? He alone is both of them for us. So dharmagnya we should be. We should know. Dharma parayana also should be there. We should be able to practice it, put it into action in our life. By whose grace we can have both in us, Lord's grace. So not only we have the knowledge of dharma, but we should be able to put it into practice. That much of dynamism must be there in us. Courage to be able to walk the path of dharma is not easy. We know, all of us know what is dharma, truth, etc. But how many of us walk the path? So he is the very dynamism behind everything and every being. Just as electricity is the one power which it's a static, but once it enters into the equipment, then it gives the electrical gadgets or the equipment the dynamism to do whatever they are doing, giving us whatever they are supposed to give to us: light, heat, sound, breeze, whatever it is. Kritihi, kṛtajñaḥ, normally they translate it as one who is ever grateful. Kṛtajñaḥ means he is grateful to me, he has acknowledged whatever little I did. Say, it's like saying, say thank you. But to be able to be able to enter into that state or that mood of always being thankful, that is the greatest sign of spirituality. Normally we are not in that mode at all. It's easy for us to say thank you, I said thank you, good for us. But in at every moment of our lives, to be in that mode, MODE, or a mental mood of thanksgiving itself is the greatest spirituality. When we are thankful, we are aligning ourselves to the Lord. Why? Krita is. He is the he is static and he is a dynamism also. So everything, whether it is conducive to us or whether it is not conducive to us, we should always be in this mode or mood of thanksgiving. Means we are honoring the Lord who is there in us as the very life. First we must say yes to him. Who is he? He is the very life in us. If we deny life itself, where are we? We are nowhere. So to be able to say yes to life is a thanksgiving. Extended is the thank you that we say to everybody else. So always it should be a yes. Means in our language we say be positive. That's what it means. But that is at a very, very superficial level we have understood it. We have to understand it at a very, very deeper level. To say yes to life. What does life bring bring to us? We are all living in a space and time is there. So time comes to us. Every second comes to us. We should be able to say yes to that second. Means we are aligning ourselves to the Lord. It's the Lord who comes to us in the form of time. What we do is different. But we must first acknowledge the Lord and then acknowledge him who is coming in front of us as time. Kālāya tasmai namah means every moment in our life we should be able to acknowledge. That is one meaning. Another meaning of this is kṛtajñaḥ means to know. Kṛtajñaḥ means one who knows what to do. Hanumanji is the best example. He knows what to do, when to do, how much to do, where to do, or whom to talk with, how much to talk with. Everything known. Most of us do everything unknowingly. We don't know and therefore we get into trouble. We know nothing at all. So kṛtajñaḥ means it's a very special, unique ability and a capacity of a person. To even silent sometimes we have to be. That is also kṛtajñaḥ. To be silent is an activity. So one who exactly knows what to do in this place, in this time, in this given situation, everything the Lord knows. The best example of this is being illustrated to us by Hanumanji himself. Kṛtajñaḥ, kritihi, we have gone through. The last nama, Atmavān, I'll just find it because it's the same. Atmavān means he is Atman. Atmavān means, Buddhivān means full of knowledge. This coffee is sugar, Maya, Sugarvān means full of sugar. Atmavān means he and he alone pervades and permeates everything and every being. We saw that in the previous kramaḥ, all pervading. Atmavān, he and he alone is there. Where everywhere he is there, inside and outside. From the God particle onwards, he is the Atman in the God particle, up to the cosmos. He alone exists and in him everything exists, is the meaning of Atmavān. Totally, fully, completely, nothing else apart from him is the meaning of Atmavān. So though we see plurality, though we see multiplicity, though we see diversity everywhere around us, about us, everything is nothing but Brahman and Brahman and Sarvam Brahmamayam Re. That's what it means over here. Sarvam Krishnamayam, we say. Sarvam Shivamayam. Sarvam Atmamayam is the meaning. Nothing and nothing and nothing but Atman. Inside of us and outside of us. Small, big, micro, macro, individual and universal is the meaning of Atmavan. 10th stanza, we will take it up in the next class.